6 signs that you are an emotionally receptive empath. Hey there! Being an empath sometimes can give you a hard time to blend in with your surroundings or even with your circle of friends. What does an emotionally receptive empath mean? The simple answer is people with receptive emotion usually prefer to stay alone and hide themselves from people. Because you are an emotionally receptive empath, you can feel that you are highly sensitive in the way people treat you. If people treat you nicely, you will feel a sense of joy and happiness, and this can surely help you in going through the rest of the day full of positiveness. On the other hand, if people mistreat you, you will quickly dive into an emotional state whereby you feel that you are hopeless and good for nothing. You start blaming yourself and never blame others. Sometimes it is clearly not your fault at all, but being such an emotionally receptive empath like you are, you have a difficult time intellectualizing your feelings. In this video, I will share with you 6 signs that you are an emotionally receptive empath. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell so you will not miss out on any video updates related to this topic. Now let's go on to the video. 1. You confuse between your own pain and others. Empaths with a strong sense of absorption to surrounding energy either positively or negatively tend to mix up their emotions. They are confused and have a hard time to differentiate which one is their own feeling and which one is others. Have you ever experienced this kind of mixed emotions before? If you do, you have the symptoms of emotionally receptive empath. Because you are a highly sensitive person at heart, sometimes you don't even know whether the emotions that you are currently feeling are real or not. It could belong to others, but you probably thought it was yours. For example, you wake up and feel so cheerful and happy in the morning. Upon meeting your colleague who is in pain like anger or sadness at your workplace, you suddenly feel that emotion as well. You may even think that these pains belong to you and you start to dive into it. You no longer feel cheerful as you felt that morning. For no absolute reason, you start to stay away from people and just want to be alone. Your morale for that day suddenly drops so drastically and affects your work performance. 2. Your previous childhood's life was bad. What was your childhood's life? Do you still remember it? Believe it or not, the way you are thinking or behaving right now may result from your past experience during childhood. There are many types of bad experiences that occurred to you that could lead you to become emotionally receptive empath. Let us take an example of why you become so sensitive today. You probably live in a chaotic home where your parents argued and fought a lot. Even a smallest thing like a cup shattered to pieces after falling from the table can make your parents went berserk with each other. You always live in fear and stay quiet all the time because you know if you tried to speak up, you were the one who would get beaten by your parents. Or you probably grew up in a less affectionate home that values independence and self-reliance. At a very young age, you were taught to always think about yourself and do all sorts of things alone. You were used not to rely on others for help. That is why when you have grown up into a mature person, you prefer to stay alone all the time because you feel that other people will only slow you down and cannot help you grow into a much better person. If you need help, make sure to check out on the link on the description below this video for one of my best recommendations in healing your social anxiety problems. 3. You create walls to save yourself. You're basically aware that you are too sensitive towards people's emotions and surroundings. You know if you try to mingle around with people, you will absorb their energy, and sadly to say, you absorb more negative energy than positive. So, what is the best way to protect yourself from this? You will create walls or boundaries around you to save yourself from such bad vibes. It is not because you hate people and think all people are bad. It's just that you as an emotionally receptive empath need to have your own me time or space that you are not too consumed by all negative energy that tries to get into your mind and body. People might think that you are a shy person or you don't like to socialize with other people. Just let them be, because they do not realize that these walls that you created not only will save yourself, but you actually save them as well. Sometimes a good empath can turn into the dark empath. This usually happens when you can no longer have control or grip on your emotions. You have fallen so deep that you can't climb back up again. Who says being an empath is easy? 4. Your emotions are governed by your past. Sometimes it is easy for other people to simply say, forget about your past. Just think about the future because life goes on. If only they know how hard it is being an empath. Like it or not, if you are an emotionally receptive empath, your actions or feelings today are governed by your past experience. To make it even worse, the bad emotions govern the good emotions almost entirely. You can't simply throw it away from your mind even though how hard you really want it. For example, someone did very bad things to you in the past that cost you your job until you get fired by your boss. Your anger towards this person will always remain fresh in your heart and mind. You suffer for years for not getting a new job, and due to this, your anger will keep on growing day by day. It even consumes your mind to take revenge towards this bad person. You can only be satisfied if this bad person suffers the same way as you did. Another example will be, you have always been bullied in the past. This event leaves a bad scar in your mind and you are traumatized up until now. Deep inside you, you feel that people will only do you harm and none can ease your pain. Even though you try your best to throw away this bad past experience, you simply are unable to do it by yourself. 5. Your heart is broken. A good empath can live a much better life if there is nothing terrible happens in his or her life. You may have had this kind of life before, right? Have you ever wondered why you suddenly changed to stay away from people and love to be alone? You probably have a negative experience in your life where it broke your heart so bad that it affects your emotions to go down under. It could be anything, things like the death of your favorite pet, your best friend leaving you to work in another state, or your dead partner dumping you for no good reason. All these experiences really tear your heart out. You always think that you are destined not to have a good life at all because you keep on losing all those good things in your life. Your mind starts to play tricks on you by saying that people don't deserve to have you and you are better off keeping your distance away from people altogether. Only a person with a good and pure soul can heal your broken heart from now on. 6. You try to make people accept you by hiding your sensitivity. If you are trying to approach and make people accept you by hiding or even blocking your feelings of sensitivity, then you are one emotionally receptive empath. No matter how hurt, sad, or angry you are, you do your best to hide it so that people can't see through your true feelings. It is quite difficult to actually do this and not getting hurt in the process, but you realize that you need people in your life as well. You now know that happiness is actually good to have and share it with other people, even if it means to sacrifice your negative feelings that consume your mind and body. Just hang in there. You will get through it eventually. There you have it. 6 signs that you are an emotionally receptive empath. Are you one of them? Is it difficult to live the life as an emotionally receptive empath? Let me hear your thoughts on this topic by leaving a comment below this video. If you found this video very helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and activate the bell button so you don't miss out on any subsequent video updates. Thank you for watching.